Hey guys, this is Nick, and in this video, I'm going to talk about the latest news on Alibaba and Tencent, on why they're down today and what that means for stockholders, what it could mean, and should you buy, sell, or hold the stock. So this news came out an hour or so before the close, and the news is that the US is considering adding Alibaba and Tencent to their Chinese stock ban. So the news came out about 2:20 in the afternoon, and you see Tencent here and Alibaba here on a 5-minute chart. They were doing pretty well for the day, and after that news, they both fell about 5% or so. Looking at a 30-minute chart of Alibaba, you see that yesterday it had a good day. It touched 240, which it hasn't done in a few sessions since all the bad news about Jack Ma and everything came out. But now it's hitting almost the lows of 2 days ago. So not great, but is this enough reason for you to dump your Alibaba stock? Let's see. So a Dow Jones report said that US officials are now considering barring Americans from investing in the stock of Alibaba and Tencent, and the two of them combined have a $1.3 trillion market cap and are held by a lot of U.S. mutual funds and U.S. investors. According to this report, the State Department and Department of Defense held conversations on expanding a blacklist of companies that are prohibited to U.S. investments because of claimed ties to China's military and security services. The U.S. announced the original blacklist in November with 31 companies. In addition to those telecom bans, Trump also banned Alipay and 7 other Chinese apps. These apps include Alipay, QQ Wallet, and WeChat Pay, and this order is supposed to take effect in 45 days. So a lot can happen in that time. And this news seems to be changing daily because the New York Stock Exchange kind of embarrassed itself by saying they will delist 3 Chinese telecom stocks, and then reversed course and said they will not delist these stocks. And now they changed their mind again and said they will delist these shares to comply with Trump's executive order. So what is going on? And so the New York Stock Exchange said they will move forward with delisting these 3 Chinese telecom companies, China Mobile, China Telecom, and China Unicom. And that they will be suspended at 4 a.m. Eastern Time on Monday. So what does that mean if you are a holder of Alibaba and the stock does get banned from trading? Well, for an example, to see what can happen to these stocks that are supposed to be delisted, these stocks were down between 3 and 6% on Wednesday, but you see that they've been getting whipsawed. Here, this guy, Derek Early, said that he sold China Mobile shares on Monday at a loss when it appeared that they would be delisted. That meant he missed out on when the stock jumped more than 9% the next day. And a lot of brokerages are telling investors that they may have trouble liquidating the shares unless they cash out several days before the ban takes effect early next week. And for instance, Robinhood app told its customers that they had until Monday, January 5th to sell the affected Chinese securities, and afterwards liquidation may not be available. What does that mean? So this could be a big problem for people if they hold these stocks and don't believe that they will be delisted, and now they have no venue to actually sell it if they want to. So I don't know what to say about that. Before I give my opinion on if you should sell Alibaba or Tencent ahead of this news, let me just say that I own shares in Alibaba, so assume that whatever I'm saying, I'm talking my book to talk up the stock. So take everything I say with a grain of salt. The short answer is that I don't think anything is going to happen with Alibaba or Tencent in terms of them getting delisted from trading in the US, probably because of a few reasons. One is they are very big and they are owned by a lot of US investors. Number 2 is these bans are set to take place after Biden is supposed to be sworn in, and so I would guess that this is somehow going to be reversed or halted or something along those lines. And for a little history behind this, let's take a look that in August, US ordered ByteDance, the owner of TikTok app, to shut down or sell off its US assets. And they already missed that deadline to complete the sale, and the US did not shut down the app, and negotiations supposedly continue over its future. So there's been a lot of bad news surrounding Alibaba recently. One of them is the "where is Jack Ma" question. And a lot of media is saying that they haven't seen him since October. People are starting rumors that maybe he was put under house arrest or something by China, or told to stay home or something along those lines. But a story from CNBC yesterday said that he's just keeping a low profile and he's not missing or anything like that. So what is the most likely outcome of all these actions against these Chinese companies? I don't know, but if I had to guess, I would say that maybe the Alipay and Chinese apps, payment apps, are banned for a short time, and this affects mostly Chinese tourists who come here. I would say that the delisting of the 3 Chinese telecom companies is likely, although that will probably be reversed sometime in the future. I don't know about that, but you can make the case that because they're telecom, they have a much more sensitive military and security kind of risk to them, less so with Alibaba and Tencent. Although the argument is that Tencent and Alibaba compile a whole bunch of personal information on people financially and all that kind of stuff. And that's exactly what all the companies in the US do also anyway. So what is the big difference? The big difference is the difference between the Chinese government getting that information and the US government getting that information, I guess. So the bottom line is some of these smaller companies may get delisted or have some problems or have the threat of delisting, but big companies like Tencent and Alibaba, they cannot just say, hey, you got 10 days to sell all your stock, otherwise it's going to be delisted. I doubt that is going to happen. I mean, even with TikTok, they're fighting this thing in court and stuff. So I wouldn't go and do anything rash and sell if you just read this headline and think that it's going to be delisted tomorrow and you're going to lose all your money somehow, or they're going to take the stock from you and not give you any money for it. That's not going to happen, and I really doubt that they're going to be delisted anytime soon. And like I said, if Biden gets inaugurated, after that, a lot is going to change with the stance towards China. I would guess he would probably be a lot more friendlier to them, and so a lot of this stuff is probably going to get reversed. In terms of, is Alibaba and Tencent a buy? Not so sure about Tencent, but Alibaba is trading at like a 31 price to earnings ratio, so in my opinion, it's pretty cheap, and it's still growing revenues and growing earnings. So that's a positive, but it just has this dark cloud of all these things going on at the same time, with the Chinese government not friendly with them, with Jack Ma missing, with the US government wanting to delist them. There's a lot of negative news out there, but for some people, it may be a buying opportunity once all the dust clears, and I think it eventually will. So I'm not saying you should buy it. I'm not saying you should sell it. This is just what's going on with it now. Do your own research and decide if you want to buy it, if you don't currently own it, or if you want to sell it because you're worried that it will get delisted. Like I said, that would be, I think, way further down the line. So don't think that you're going to have to make a decision to dump it within a week or 2 weeks or a month or something. Otherwise, you're going to lose your stock somehow. That's not going to happen, most likely. So that's a look at what's going on with Alibaba and Tencent. I hope you got some good information from this video to make some informed decisions about your own investment. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you on the next one.